Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me to talk about the Reinvent Work Summit and what's coming up on May 19th. And I'm really excited to be drawing a name for a free seat. This year, the Reinvent Work Summit is an invitation-only event. So I've asked people to submit their applications for invitations, and we've got a whole bunch of names. We're going to start reviewing everyone's application later today and tomorrow and start sending invitations out over the next week or two. And today, though, I'm going to choose someone who's going to win a free seat. Woohoo!
Yay!
Yay! I should mention there is no bias we have Tim Baker and Julie Waddell and Chantal Bechervaise. Did I say that right, Chantal?
Yeah, that's good.
All right. So I think the three of you may be on the list, but there's no bias as far. I'm just using a web app that is going to randomly select a name. So I'm going to just share my screen as I choose a random name out of our the list of applications here. So here we are. So we've got a whole bunch of names. People have signed up and applied to come. And I'm going to just click the pick a random name. Ready? Drum roll. And the winner, the winner of a free seat is Alice Gofredo. Oh, I know Alice. So that's exciting.
Alice.
Yay,
Yay,
Alice. So there we go. We have our winner. And so I'll be in touch with Alice Gofredo within the.
Does she have to like call in right now?
She should
When?
call in right now. I'll be in touch with her to tell her that she's won her seat free at the Reinvent Work Summit. So I thought, well, I had the three of you here. I know, Tim, you've been to how many Impact 99 summits?
Three, two in Toronto and one in Vancouver.
Awesome. And Julie, you came last year? Is that right? Or 2013?
Yes, that was my first one.
Awesome. And
Yeah.
Chantal, I've been inviting you year after year, but you haven't made it yet. So this will hopefully be the
No,
year.
not yet. Hoping this year will be the first year.
Awesome. Do you have any questions about what's happening this year for the summit? I mean, we do something new every year, and this is no different. So there's a bunch of different things planned. Any questions about what you've seen on the website or what's happening?
For those such as myself that have been to Impact 99 before, and each time it's a little bit different. The format, the message and whatnot. Is there anything that is really different about, aside from the title, that you could say is a real differentiator between this event and the previous Impact 99 events?
There's lots. So in previous years, we always had sort of one main keynote or one or two keynotes for the event. This year, instead of having one big long 1 hour keynote, we have a morning full of sort of TED style talks. So 18 minutes from a whole bunch of different leaders. And they are like the CEO of a company who took a family-owned 30-year-old manufacturing business that was sort of a command and control style of environment and changed it to one of like fun, creativity, collaboration. So he's going to talk. We have the chief nurse executive from Toronto East General Hospital who's going to share how using social media has actually transformed their whole culture. So they've got all their C-suite and their senior leaders on social media and how that's made an impact on the whole culture of the hospital. We have Chelsea McDonald, who's the VP of or Director of Culture Engagement at Click Health, talking about how they're using data and ambient data and really interesting ways of using information about employees to create different ways of engagement and just to make all of their people decisions and project decisions and that sort of thing. And then who else do we have? We have a few more. What's another one that I can think of right now? Oh, the mayor of G Adventures. So one of the things that is great about my job that I love the most is that I get to research and visit and talk to different leaders all the time and find out what's going on and what's innovative. And I toured G Adventures last August, I think it was, and was blown away by uh, how everyone treated me, and they were so driven by the purpose of the organization and the values, and it was like literally in everything they said to me. I was really blown away by it. So I've asked the mayor of G Adventures to share how they're creating this purposeful and values driven culture and all the unique things they're doing. So a bunch of TED style talks. So no just one keynote, a bunch of different perspectives on culture and engagement and people. And then we're also doing an HR Tech speed networking event that we've never done something like that before. So really quick little snapshots of all of the really innovative HR tech that's out there. We're doing similar to our 2013, some collaborative storytelling sessions. And we're with a little bit of a twist, so still developing the twist there, but it'll be a bit more unconferencey style for the late part of the afternoon. And also a bit of a debate and discussion around different kinds of work reinvention. So you know, should people be coming to work to collaborate? What's the benefit there? Is a row the right way to go? Holacracy? What are all these different ways that people are reinventing work? And what's really best? And hearing from some different experts that are pretty passionate about certain ways to reinvent work and figuring out what they're saying. So, and oh, there's a surprise at the end of the day, which I can't share with anyone, but something will happen. Any other questions?
Actually, I think you helped me there because one of the things that I was going to say is, as much as I'm interested in it, obviously sometimes, I mean, I can go on my own, which is, and I would fully intend to, but it's always good if I can get my employer's support. Is how do I make that sales pitch when maybe we're not in an environment that, like, if I told them like the concept of row, they'd be just like, go away, just go away type thing. But I think your last point about the debate is actually probably the best thing that I can say. Like, look, I'm going to be, you know, listening to all of the different aspects, different, you know, being able to how to incorporate it. I think that's the hardest thing, is that unless you're in an environment where you have a control over changing everything, it'd be a bit of a hard sell, as much as, you know, we want to bring this initiative, and then when you present it and you present chunks, they just kind of you see the eyes glaze over type thing. Yeah. So I think being able to come away with size goals, or at least approaches or theories or ideas, is going to be helpful. So if you're having multiple speakers and multiple perspectives in the debates, that's going to be really helpful.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, thank you. That's a really, really good point, because I did feel like in 2013 we had a great keynote from Jody Thompson about row, and then it seems like every discussion after that centered around row, and that wasn't our intention. Row is just one way of reinventing work, so bringing all these different perspectives will be good this year, I think. Awesome.
Yeah.
Chantal, did you any questions from you?
Yeah, actually, for people that might not have attended like myself or know you from social media, how did you get into this? Like, what made you start Impact 99 and Reinvent Work?
Such a good question. So I worked in HR and operations for over 15 years in the corporate world, and then started my own business about 3.5 years ago. And when I started my own business, I used social media to network, because I realized I had never done any networking when I worked corporately. So I reached out on social media and just built my network like crazy through building real life connections on Twitter. And I found that social media was so powerful in helping you find people that you really wanted to connect with and really wanted to get to know better. And so it started with social media. And then I met Christine McLeod, who's the founder of Impact 99, on social media. I met her through Twitter and got together with her. And after one coffee meeting with her, I was like, okay, I have to get involved in this. So she had a different partner at the time, and when he decided to do some different things, I was able to partner with her and do the Impact 99 Summit for the last few years. And so it kind of just came from there. And we realized over time, though, it wasn't social media that was the answer. It's more about really taking a deeper dive into how we're managing work. So that's why the summit has sort of changed focuses over the years, with technology always the backdrop, but it's really about culture and leadership and how we're really managing work. Does that answer it, Chantal?
Yeah, that's great.
I'm super excited about the summit this year, and there's still like little details. Like I said, that one surprise at the end of the day that's kind of, I think there's a few things that we're doing this year that I don't think I've ever seen any event do, but the surprise at the end of the day is probably the biggest one. And it's happening May 19th at Ryerson's Ted Rogers School of Management, right downtown Toronto, and 99 people. The big difference, Tim, you asked what's different this year. Another big difference is that it is invitation only. So if there's people that probably should be invited, then that I don't know them. So I would love your help in spreading the word. So feel free to introduce people to me, or just get them to fill out the form on the website, so that way I can get to know them and figure out who should be invited. Yeah, so the invites start to go out this week. So I just want to end by talking about why we're all so driven to reinvent work. And for me, it's about work not sucking for people. I believe that work can be awesome for everyone, and that organizations and leaders can do some little tweaks, some big tweaks, to actually make work engaging and meaningful and just awesome for everyone in the world. And I'm driven to bring people together to talk about the possibilities of doing that and creating awesome work. So that's why I do this. Tim, how about you?
I look for these opportunities to be able to bring energy back to the workplace. So in energizing people, because I think with energy, you've got engagement, and with engagement, you have performance, productivity, culture. It's just, you see so many people that they're like, I enjoy what I'm doing. I do it, but they're not doing it with the energy that they really have inside, and sort of open up that opportunity to just release the energy.
Yeah, I feel like there's a bit of an epidemic of mediocrity. So bringing that like energy back is important. Thanks, Tim. How about Julie? How about you?
Yeah, energy would have been a good word. I would have gone there. I'll go in a different direction. But I think why I like going to this, why I like learning about it, is that different perspective. I think that within my own experiences, things can be a little static. You can, as you try to move forward, it seems to be at the same pace with the same ideas, just cycling over and over. So those new perspectives, new ideas on how to approach things, and re-energizing self, and learning, that would be, yeah, I think is for me. And then what I can take back and hopefully share, and hopefully spread that energy as well.
Yeah, the different perspectives. That's why I love the 99 different people in the room and having different talks and hearing from different people. It really does help you figure out what works for you, what you can bring back to your workplace. Awesome. Thanks, Julie. Chantal, how about you? Why reinvent work?
To make it more engaging, to create a better workplace culture. I always want, in a workplace that I'm at, that all employees are heard, everybody has a voice, that people can think outside the box and are not just based on their job description. I hate when you go into a workplace culture and you have your job description and that's what people do and that's the only thing they do. So I like when there's energy, there's excitement, people position to position, not permanently in a way, but help each other out so that there's help, there's culture, it's fun. So I'm looking forward to learning more about that and how I can bring that into my workplace.
Awesome. And it's one of those things, like we've been talking about engagement for, I don't know, as long as I've been in HR, so like 20 years. And the global engagement numbers don't really get much better ever. It's like it's always like some studies say 13%, some say 30%, but it's never great. Like, can you imagine having like a football team where like 70% of the players weren't running full out? Like they were just kind of there on the field. Like it's so sad to think that that's what our workplaces are like. Anyways, thanks, Chantal. I'm super passionate about engagement too, so that's awesome. Bonni, how about you? Last but not least, what drives you to reinvent work?
Well, I'm looking forward to because I like being surrounded by new ideas. I really feel like I get caught in my own routine, and it's just nice to hear different people say different things, and for them to show evidence of things that they've tried that have worked, or if they've tried and it didn't work, but they might try on a slightly different way. You know, it's so often we're caught in this fear of failure, you know, or fear of something being very unknown. And so I'm just, I find going to events like this helpful for my own planning for what I'll do with clients.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to stop the recording and I'll be telling our winner, Alice Goffredo, that she won shortly, and remind everyone to go to reinventworksummit.com to add your information and apply for your invitation. And the summit is happening on May 19th at Ryerson's Ted Rogers School of Management in downtown Toronto. So hopefully we will see you there.